Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning for most of the month of May, 4 full weeks from May 4th through the 31st, and I'll be using a kawaii subscription kit from Sweet Kawaii Design called Reading Daydream. This kit comes with a jumbo sticker, 10 pages, plus the bottom washi. I will be adding some full boxes from Sweet Bean Plans, and the bonus item for this kit are some die cuts that match. First, I wanted to show you how my March and April memory spreads turned out. In the notes pages, I decided to not only add the jumbo sticker that comes with the kit that I'm using for that month, but I also wanted to add my favorite pictures from that month. This is something I really look forward to as the month ends. I love scrapbooking, so I feel like this is a chance for me to be creative in a different way. I love the jumbo sticker for May. I've had the kit for a few months and I was using this jumbo sticker in the cover of one of my sticker albums. This flat lay is just really calming for me, so I love looking at it. Instead of peeling the entire backing off of the sticker, I like to just peel back the bottom edge and remove the backing as I smooth out the sticker onto the page. Moving into the weekly pages, I'm going to start by placing the bottom washi down. Just like with the past couple of months, the bottom washi is the same, and I really like to have some kind of variety from one week to the next. For the second and fourth weeks, I am going to lay down the bottom washi just as is. This bottom washi has a really cute design with the clouds at the bottom, the stars at the top, and the gradient in the color goes from top to bottom instead of left to right, so I wasn't sure with this design if it would work for me to cut the washi in half, but I did want to at least try to pair it with some washi. For the first week, since it is the week of Mother's Day, I wanted to use this really pretty floral floor washi from Simply Gilded. I decided to try to use the bottom half of the bottom washi from the kit because there is that pink color at the very bottom, so I placed the floral washi down first and then the bottom half of the bottom washi on top. I messed up when I cut this washi, so I did want to redo it because it would drive me crazy. I really love that I was able to incorporate this floral washi. It's going to look even better once the rest of the spread is put together. For the fourth week, I am going to be using the top half of the bottom washi, but I'm actually going to be flipping it around so that the very darkest part is at the bottom of the page. I do have a blue version of the floral washi, and I wanted to use that, but it doesn't flow as nicely because this section is so much darker. So I am going to incorporate a thinner Simply Gilded washi. It's going to act as a little divider, but also kind of bring both pieces together. I really love how this bottom washi turned out. Next, I'm going to be using 4 blank sticker pages, one for each week to divide out the main stickers in this kit. I like to start with the sidebar stickers, then the full boxes, half boxes, and quarter boxes. This helps me to not only divide out the number of stickers, but also the different colors and make sure that they are even across all 4 weeks. This is one of my favorite parts of the process because I've always really loved moving stickers around, and this also relieves a lot of stress when I'm planning out each week because I know that once I get to the 4th week, I'm not going to be left with a bunch of stickers all in one color. I always have a week where I try to put my favorite stickers, and this time it's going to be the first week, which is the week of Mother's Day. I know I have mentioned this before, but green is one of my least favorite colors. The shade of green in this kit is actually really pretty with the other colors. It's minty and I really don't mind it as much, but when looking at these stickers that I have available, there are 3 green half boxes and quarter boxes, so I decided to just leave this shade out of the first week altogether. It's going to make this week stand out even more, and it's also going to make it easier for me to divide out the stickers. There aren't a perfectly even amount of stickers, so some weeks will have extra full boxes, and other weeks will have extra half boxes and quarter boxes. I used to leave all of the extra stickers to the side to incorporate throughout the month, but honestly, if I don't place them down in the spread, I probably won't use them. Now I'm going to be placing down the date covers. I start by whiting out the words that are going to be peeking out above the date covers. The date covers in this kit come in 2 pieces, a square for the number and the day of the week in a rectangle that goes next to it. With these rounded corners, it's a lot easier to place down the header before you put the date cover on. So I do have to decide which colors I want where. And at first I was just going in order of how the headers are placed in the kit, but I have to pay attention to what color the weekend banner is and what colors I want in the weekend. Since this first week does not have the green shade, I do want to alternate the pink and purple colors. My weekend banner is the darker pink, so I have the light pink and lighter purple in the weekend, and that makes it a lot easier to lay down the rest of the headers. I did the rest of the date covers off camera using the same method of deciding the weekend colors first and then moving on to the rest of the week. Next, I'm going to set up the sidebar for each week. I start with a full box at the bottom, 2 habit trackers, and here I'm just going to be whiting out the little calendar that peeks through above the bottom washi. But above the habit trackers, I have my blank weekly schedule and then the full box at the top. There is usually a little bit of space left over, and this kit actually comes with 4 rainbow garlands, but I used one of them for St. Patrick's Day, so I am adding a header in this space for now. For the second week, I decided to put a lot of the book stickers together, and for this sidebar, I decided to put the rainbow garland above the full box at the bottom. I do really like to mix up where the rainbow garland is placed in the sidebar. I enjoy adding variety wherever I can. I had mentioned in the beginning that I'm incorporating some full boxes from Sweet Plans, and now that I'm using the stickers on the sidebar, I have more room on the sticker paper to add 2 full boxes for each week. The full boxes are from the Playroom kit from Sweet Plans. I bought them separately because we have been doing so much preschool work around here that I thought I'd be able to incorporate them, especially on days that are really focused on preschool work. But once I saw them in person, I knew I wanted to pair them with this reading Daydream kit. The colors just work so nicely together. Here is where I realized that since I added the extra thin washi in my bottom washi, that I don't really have extra room for the rainbow garland in my sidebar. So I'm going back to week 1, taking out the header and adding the rainbow garland to my sidebar. And this time I want the rainbow garland in between the blank weekly schedule and habit trackers. Now I am moving on to the last sidebar, and this full box at the bottom is the same as the jumbo sticker. I really love it, so I'm glad I am saving it for the last week. And this time I am putting the rainbow garland above the blank weekly schedule, and then I am adding the last 2 full boxes for this week. Next, I'm going to be adding the checklist for all 4 weeks. Since I already chose all the colors for the headers, I like to get all of the checklists done at once so that I can confirm that I chose all the right colors. In this kit, all of the full checklists are the same. They have this really pretty sunset looking gradient with clouds as the actual checkboxes. There are 24 full checklists and 10 of the shorter checklists that come in 2 of each color. So technically that means there are enough for 6 full checklists and 2 short checklists every week. My initial thought is just to have the full checklist on Monday through Friday, 2 short checklists on the weekend, and I will just have some extras of each. But then I got to my first weekend and the short checklist looked really tiny next to the full checklist. I decided to try to combine 2 of the checklists of the same color. I overlapped it a little to try to line up the clouds and make it look like it was meant to be one solid sticker. And then instead of adding the matching header below the checklist, I added some of the floral Simply Gilded washi to match the bottom washi, and I used it as this really pretty background to the weekend banner. Once I got all of the headers below the checklist, I saw that it lined up perfectly with the washi on the weekend, so I want to do the same layout on the 3rd week. And that means for the 2nd and 4th week, I will have enough full checklists for every single day. For those weeks, the weekend banner will just be added below the headers. I feel like it worked out so perfectly, and once I realized that it was going to work out, I just wanted to get through these checklists so quickly and make sure that I was right. I definitely wouldn't have been able to work on one full spread at a time, knowing that I might have to move some things around on another page. This is my chance to focus on the top section for all 4 weeks, and I should be able to catch any mistakes at this time. And what I mean by mistakes is just the use of all the colors that I intended, and also making sure that the weekend banner is not the same as any of the colors chosen for Saturday or Sunday. This is one of the last kawaii kits where there are enough headers to do 3 a day every day. I believe I have one more kit to use before she made the change to cut down on the headers. I don't have a preference either way. I can make it work with less headers or more headers. For me, every kit comes with its own challenges, and I guess I've created my own challenge of trying to use as many stickers across 4 weeks as I can. But I feel like my normal planning style prefers color blocking, and in order for me to use this kit for 4 weeks, I don't have enough stickers to fully color block, so I do at least like to have the headers above and below the checklist to be the same color. Like I said, there are enough headers in this kit to do 3 a day every day, so I was able to get a to-do header on every single day. Now I am switching gears back to the first week. And the first thing I like to do is figure out where all of my full boxes are going. I try to keep all of the preschool work done throughout the week, so I will be using the full boxes from the kit on the weekends. And this week I am placing the Sweet Bean Plans full boxes on Tuesday and Thursday. One thing I'm going to try my best to do is to match up the activities to the full boxes that I choose. So for this Thursday, our activity will be painting, and I actually chose this one specifically for the week of Mother's Day so that I would remind myself to have the boys paint something for my mom. There are a few things that I expect to happen this month, mostly just part of the routine that we've created, but some of these stickers that I'm placing down are for a purpose. I don't actually fill anything in until the day is over. For the half boxes on Tuesday and Thursday, we generally have a family Zoom call with my brother, sister, and sometimes my parents. Those were the evenings that we would always go to my parents' house, so I figured we should just keep those evenings scheduled for Zoom calls, and eventually they will be replaced with going to my parents' house again. Something else that I can expect every week is that we are going to have our longer workouts on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I am using these clouds this week. They obviously go perfectly with this kit, but I am quickly running out of these clouds, so I'm not using them for every single week. We also have therapy every other week and some birthdays to mark. One of the main reasons I love these Sweet Kawaii Design stickers, aside from the adorable designs, is that they are repositionable, so I don't have to feel any pressure when laying down stickers. If plans change or they happen in a different order, I can easily move stickers around, and that really allows me to plan for an entire month without actually knowing what's going to happen. Moving on to the second week, this is one of those weeks where I have an extra full box. I'm going to keep 2 full boxes on the weekend, and I decided to add the extra full box right in the middle of the week on Wednesday. I was trying not to put the Sweet Bean Plans full boxes on every Tuesday and Thursday, so this week I put it on Monday and Friday. But Mondays are always my busiest days, so I might regret that, but we will see. As I continue laying down stickers, I just wanted to check in and see how all of you guys are doing. Has anything changed for you guys in terms of quarantine life? I feel like I have a good handle on quarantine life. I know what's going on right now, but I don't know what to expect after this. Thankfully, I am not dealing with school for my boys yet, but PJ is supposed to start preschool this coming fall, and I heard that some schools in California are discussing having distance learning for flu season. But I feel like I have so many questions about what to expect, and hopefully within the next few weeks, you'll start getting some answers. I'm curious to know if any of you are transitioning out of quarantine and what that looks like. I think in my last 4-week plan with me, we were getting ready for Easter, and I talked about how I was so excited to get ready, do my hair and makeup, and try to take a nice family photo, but that didn't happen at all. I didn't even attempt to get ready. I was just so tired that day, and I kept pushing it to next weekend and next weekend until I decided, you know what, I'll just try to do it for Mother's Day. I feel like every Mother's Day, I have been telling my husband that all I want is a nice family photo. I try my best to take pictures of the boys all the time, but on days like this, I feel it is important to at least attempt to get the entire family in a picture. Even though this will be my 4th Mother's Day, it still feels a little weird to be included and celebrated on this day. I've always seen it from my mom and my aunts and my grandmas, but it is tough that we aren't able to get together this year. All I know is that I don't want to cook, so my husband is in charge of dinner. I'm going to bake some cupcakes and take some of those to my mom, and hopefully the boys will be able to make some cute cards for her. I actually called my brother last week to see what he was planning to do for Mother's Day. He recently moved to LA, and usually he would make breakfast for my mom on Mother's Day, so I was wondering what he was planning to do this year. My sister would normally be at her university, but with the quarantine, she has been home and doing college at home. So my brother asked her if she would make breakfast for my mom, and he sent her a recipe. I went and bought some of the ingredients that she needed. We're all planning to get on Zoom pretty early. My brother is going to cook the same recipe with my sister, and it's a little too early for my family. My boys probably won't wake up till 9, and they want to start at 7:30. So I'm just going to be joining in and probably getting ready at that time. My husband ended up spoiling the gift that he wanted to give me because he needed help deciding what picture to use. But basically, he wanted to give me a custom puzzle, and I ended up choosing a picture of PJ and Benny. One of the things that I really want to work on this month is getting a bunch of my pictures printed from the past couple of years. When I was younger, I remember having all of our family photos on a computer, and once it crashed, we lost all of them besides the ones that were actually printed out. So I always have my photos saved in multiple areas, but I also really love having them printed. I love making scrapbooks, and I have a scrapbook of PJ's first year. I still have to make Benny's first year scrapbook. I think I have everything printed up until Benny was a couple months old, but I really need to catch up and print out the rest of those pictures. It always takes me forever because I have to go through my pictures, pick out the ones I like. I usually edit them and crop them, and then I have to upload them to get printed. One of the reasons I've been avoiding it is whenever I edit pictures on my phone, it usually resets every day, it seems. So if I don't have those pictures uploaded, I have to re-edit them all over again. But I really just have to go through a month at a time and not look at it as such a daunting task, because as each month goes by, that just adds more pictures that I'll need to get printed. I have a collage picture frame up on my wall, and it still has the pictures that came with the frame. It has been intended for our most recent family photos because I really don't have that many pictures of Benny printed. I did get a small batch printed for his first birthday, but now his second birthday is coming up, and that has been my deadline for getting his scrapbook done. I remember I finished PJ's scrapbook by the time he turned 2 because that's when Benny was going to be born, so I decided to give myself a similar deadline. When I was going through and creating my April memory spread, that inspired me to finally start working on this and finishing up all the photo projects that I have in mind. One thing that I realized during quarantine is that with having 2 little boys, my life doesn't really slow down, so I really just have to find time to work on things that have been on my to-do list forever. In my last 4-week plan with me, I talked about how my husband and I were watching all of the Marvel movies in chronological order, and in the past 4 weeks, we've only watched 3 movies, and most of those were in the first week. I thought that we'd be way further down the list at this point. The next one we have to watch is Thor. We are skipping Incredible Hulk because it's not available to stream on Disney+. But it's crazy that my husband remembers all of these movies. He remembers the storyline and all of the characters, and he knows what's going to happen. Whereas for me, it's like I'm watching it for the first time. So I think I've been enjoying it a lot more than he has. And I would definitely say that I enjoy working on puzzles more than he does. We had realized that in all the years that we've been together, we never actually worked on a puzzle together. The ones we had in our house were from when we lived in Washington, and I would work on puzzles while he was on deployment. But anyways, hopefully this month we'll get a few more of those movies checked off the list. But that is all I have for this Plan With Me. I have really been enjoying making the Memory Plan With Me videos, so I will be continuing that using all of these spreads that I put together today. I usually post those on Tuesdays. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.